Hey guys, I'm MexLuigi, and welcome to my Don't Starve Let's Play. And yes, I'm going to be doing the Reign of Giants DLC for both Let's Plays. I mean, this Let's Play. What are you talking about? Okay. Anyway, yeah. I hope you all are excited for this, because I love this game to death, and I've played it for a billion years, let's just say that. And I knew for a fact that the second that I saw footage of this game that I wanted to play it on the channel. So finally I have the time and stuff like that. And with the Reign of Giants, it just makes the entire game just so much better. Now you can see here, since this is the current Don't Starve, you know, a few weeks ago they didn't have this. But it has the Screecher mod, which you can play right from the, I mean, you don't even have to have the mod now, which I have the mod. And I can't say for sure that I will be playing that because, you know, just, you know, the rules of YouTube. But 99%, you know, look out for that. Maybe, hope, possibly, mostly yes, but don't quote me on that. And don't start together. Is anyone else super excited for that? That's awesome. I might have to do that with somebody. Who knows who? Anyway. Oh, why do I have that up? Oh, yeah. Sound check, you know things. Okay, so I have currently no games. You get 5 save slots, which I think is really generous because these... Okay, so character. I'm not going to... I know this is spoilers a little bit, but I'm not going to click on these characters since I know a lot of people don't play the game and, you know. But this is... The main character of the game is Wilson. He's the gentleman scientist. Conquer it all with the power of my mind. And he grows a beard, which is apparently important. So, on Giants mod, and this stuff, who cares? We're just gonna go random and start. I'm so excited for this Let's Play. I love this game so much. I usually don't play with Wilson, but that's for another day. Generating game theory. Did you see that? That was funny. I didn't catch most of it, but I saw the... Oh, come on. Okay, I saw that and I thought that was funny. I won't reveal who that is to people who don't know yet, but in this game, you start out with nothing. Now there is a crafting bar over here, and there's stats. I have 200 sanity, 150 health, and the max, since it's draining right now, I'll just go ahead and tell you, the max hunger is 150 for Wilson. In case you haven't picked up on it yet, yes, each character has different max stats, but they all three have, not, well, there's more than 3. What I'm saying is, all characters have these 3 stats and these 3 of them. So really, what you're going to be doing for the most part during your first couple minutes of playing this game is just gathering stuff, because you can't actually do anything to anything until you make an axe and a pickaxe, which you actually have to pick up flint off the ground to make those things. So, and we're gonna get some twigs and some grass. This is really a great game. Just you know, you'll see. And, yeah. I know maybe some of you were hoping that I would be one of those people who's never played this game before. I'm sorry. I just love it. I just love it to death too much. As soon as I downloaded, as soon as I got Steam, I downloaded Don't Starve because I knew that I had to play that game. Oh, and these are berry bushes. Berry bushes are like your best friend in this game. Except for when certain seasons come around, berry bushes can't help you anymore. Other than that, you know, awesome. And flowers, yeah, you need to pick up a crap ton of flowers at first, but other than that, flowers don't really do much. You can eat the petals for 1 health, but since health doesn't drain, I'm not going to waste flowers right now, just to show you. What I really like though is that, well, I like a lot of things, but you know, I thought it was really cool that, you know, when you eat something or you know, heal yourself, each one has a different sound. Like when you eat something, there's a certain sound. of it going up, and there's even a certain sound for it going down. It's getting late, it will be dark soon. That's what he said. Wilson says that every time dusk arrives. You know, I guess that's what a scientist would say. I mean, what would I say? Something like, you know, it's getting fucking dark, man. We better, like, make a house or some shit. I don't know. Write in the comments what you think I'd say if I was playing Don't Starve. I want you to make a mod. Okay, now we can make an axe. Usually, it's a better idea to make a pickaxe first because you can get flint from rocks. And there's a rock right up here, so I'm going to do that. Sometimes I screw up and make a axe first, and then I have to spend like 2 in-game days finding more flint. And there you go, we can make an axe now. Oh, and these mushrooms. There are 3 types of mushrooms in the game. These are green mushrooms, which is obvious. I mean, they're green and they're a mushroom. But one thing I want you to know. I won't tell you everything that I know about these mushrooms, but if you do play this game and you pick up green mushrooms, make fucking sure that you cook green mushrooms before you eat them. That's all I'm going to say. Because, and I know some of you are just going to ignore my advice and say, so what does it do? And then you play this, and if you do know, you know what I'm talking about, is super, it's just never eat a raw green mushroom and don't starve. That's all I can tell. You have to find out on your own. Other than that, there is a Don't Starve wiki, which I've looked at countless times. It really helps with things. Oh, and seeds will just randomly drop around the ground, you know, around on the ground, whatever. And there's birds. I think birds actually eat the seeds if you don't pick them up. But seeds are super important in this game. Usually on my playthroughs, I don't make the stuff that seeds make. I don't know. Just straight to the point. You can make farms in this game with a tab that we don't have yet. Usually I don't make farms. Usually I just kind of scavenge. I don't know. That's the thing I've noticed about me in this game. I'm the one person who pretty much knows how to make everything, but I don't. And that's why I suck at this game. I like it a lot, but I'm not that good at it. In fact, just before starting this Let's Play, just before starting the Let's Play is the first time I got through winter. And in Reign of Giants, winter is really harsh. For any of you who, I don't know, have never played Reign of Giants before, but you've played regular Don't Starve, which, I mean, it's totally plausible, you know. I guess people just don't like to, like, stray from the original, maybe? You know, it's your choice. I'm not going to judge. You know. Oh, and one thing to note. These are birch trees. Those are pine trees. You know. Couldn't tell those are pine trees. But birch, usually bigger birch trees, can drop birch nuts. Oh, that's not good. And birch nuts you can, you know, like, cook and eat. So, you know, if you don't have any food lying around and there's some birch nuts, I need to make a campfire. Yeah. That's the one thing I don't like about night in this game, is that it gets completely dark, and if you're out in the dark and there's no light around, you're in trouble, trust me. Because there's this thing, if you go out in the dark, it's really bad. There's this thing, like, you'll hear this whoosh, like this wind, and then boom, like half your fucking health is gone. It's really bad. So, yeah, just don't. Okay, so if you're in a crisis situation, you've got, like, I don't know, let's say like 10 health and everything else is really good. Not health, hunger, whatever. And there's birch trees around, you know, consider, you know, making like a torch or something, I don't know, and chopping down those birch trees. I'm going to leave that raw just because it doesn't spoil as fast when it's raw. We're going to cook up some of these carrots, like the roasted carrots. I think when you cook things, they give you, I know that they give you more hunger, but I think they give you significantly more health when you cook things. So especially certain things. I'm not really sure about everything. I know that mushrooms don't have any specific reason for how they change when you cook them, because this bad boy right here, It is so much different from raw to cooked. It's just, wow. And really, if you know, I've never thought about it this way until now. Oh, crap. What you might want to do first is make a straw hat if you have enough straw when it starts raining. Because what that straw hat gives you some protection from the rain. It's cool and dry. Helps you stay cool and dry. And a garland. This headgear, it gives you some like it raises your sanity constantly, but it spoils because it's made out of flowers. I don't know, it's weird. It's different because you see how my straw hat has 99% on it. That's because it's raining, it's being used. But if I were to unequip it, it would stay at 99% forever. Unless it, it got burned or something, or I died, and then it caught on fire. I don't know. As long as it stays intact, it'll stay at 99%. But that garland will spoil everything. So, I don't remember exactly how much, but let's say 10 in-game days from now, if I were to make that garland now, it would disappear. And it could even do it while I'm wearing it. Oh yeah, and one nice touch is that, there's the second one. In this game, when you're like making progress, I guess is the term. It's awesome music playing. And it's good music, but it's not hip hop, and it's not like, it's not like, I don't know. It's really catchy and it's kind of classical, and I just like it. It's really great. Ooh, holy shit! Yeah, I didn't think one of those would show up. God, that's called a tall bird. Well, here they are. They usually live in rocky areas and try to kill you because they're eggs. Let's see if I can find its egg. Yeah, there's its nest. It doesn't have an egg yet, but you get within like, I don't know, like 6 tree spaces of their nest, they'll come after you and chase you for a bit. So, and they hit pretty hard, if I remember correctly. So don't mess with those fucking things. God, what was I going to say besides the music? I said the music and not said the music. Oh yeah, the trees, maybe I did say that. I don't know. I'm making no odds. When you stand next to a tree while it's raining, you actually gain less wetness. Like, it keeps you dry, like the same way that the straw hat does. I don't think it's the same amount of, like, dryness, but it does help, which is pretty cool. Right now I'm just trying to map out everything. Let's see. And Wilson's got his own little map icon, which is awesome. Right now, let's see. And you do run faster on the road, so I guess I should have talked about that when we came to the first road. And this game has 4 seasons. I should talk about a lot of things. I'm just not good about talking about things that I should talk about. Like, what order to talk about them in and stuff like that. There's 4 seasons in this game, and, obviously, I guess it's not that obvious, but the yellow, I guess you could say, pie slices, I don't know, of the clock are daytime. The orange, I guess that's red. That's red. What am I talking about? That's definitely red. Is dusk, which I don't know why they chose red for that. I would have used I think I would have used purple. Or orange. But I guess orange is too close to yellow. Anyway, and the blue is nighttime, where it's dark as shit. You can instantly get murdered by, something nobody's ever seen, so. Oh, I'm freezing to death. That's not good. Yeah, that's one thing in this game. If it gets too cold during whatever season this is, if it's raining, you can freeze to death. The ice will come really about right here across the screen. I don't know if you can see my cursor or not. But it'll start, there'll be a red haze, and you'll start losing a ton of health. Just a shit ton. It's really bad. Also, I don't know why my sanity is dropping so low, but time to cook this green cap. Cook it. Yeah. When you cook a green mushroom, you get 15 sanity from it and -1 health. And I think that's worth it because really you can get 1 health back, like instantaneously. See, it's already back. From cooking the stuff that you find. because a lot of these things, you know, they may not give health before you cook them, which is, you know, understandable, but when you cook them, they give health back, and I think that's a really nice touch. Alright, okay, I think I'm done freezing. One thing I do know about the freezing mechanic is that as soon as you're near a fire source or a heat source, is what everything else says besides me. I say fire source. Of course, I guess heat can come from other things. Is that as soon as the freezing, I don't know, whatever it is, the animation for freezing goes away, you have your timer for freezing completely resets, which is a nice touch as well. I think that adds like some fairness to it, really, because, you know, as soon as you get warm again, you know, most of the time, you know, winter, if you're having fun, like if you're a kid, I guess, it's winter, you know, and you get back in the house and you get all warmed up and you're like, okay, let's go build another snowman, you know. I think that's, I've always thought that's how it was. I thought that was really cool. I just like imagine, like, oh god, and then sometimes even if you're not wet anymore. Oh yeah, I didn't talk about that. Wetness, which is what you can see that appeared once it started raining. Wetness will make you, god, what's the word for that? It'll make your temperature change a lot quicker because, you know, water, maybe it just helps with freezing. I haven't actually looked into that. I know that it makes you freeze faster when you're wet, so. Okay, and now we're back to the campfire. And let's see, there are a lot of things you can make in this game. I mean, it's really awesome. It's just a really cool game. There's a trap that's usually, I just call it a rabbit trap, even though it's a trap. A bird trap is, geez, needs silk. I don't know if you can see that. Twigs, silk, silk. Can you see that? I don't know. Rope, fishing rod, pretty parasol. Now, the pretty parasol kind of protects you from the rain just a little bit. It doesn't do that much, but the umbrella is what really helps, because the umbrella completely stops wetness from occurring, which is really great. But it takes a lot of stuff that's kind of hard to find to make, so it's a little understandable that it's so amazing for something that's mediocre, or something. Healing salve, spiders, compass. I've never made a compass in this game. We might have to do that. A backpack. That is a very useful item in this game. What it does is it, you wear it as a chest item. I don't know if you can see the silhouette in that little box, but it's like an armor. It's like an armor thing. And over here, like a little, like 8 or 10 slot inventory will show up. 2 columns, 4 or 5 rows. I don't know. And you can put stuff in your backpack, which is really awesome. I don't think I've actually played any other game where that is used in that way, and I like it a lot. And seeds, don't want to cook those because of, you know, how useful they are with other things. And you really can run into inventory problems super early in this game, so just as a tip, you know, from a pro tip from me, not pro, I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm a pro at this game, but if it's your first time playing, I would recommend making a backpack as soon as you possibly can, or until your inventory gets full. Either way, I mean, you can't craft it right away, which sucks, if you saw there. Saving. It's in this, it's locked, and it's in a gray background, which means I can't make it, even though I have the resources. That's because we haven't found the gold nuggets yet, which I need to, let's see, need to make a science machine. And it says there, use a science machine to build a prototype. I have to be standing next to one of these, you know, to make one. Which, in that case, it'll be, we'll have to see, but I think it's, if you don't have the ingredients, it's red, but it still says locked, and green, but it still says locked if you do have the ingredients. I don't remember for sure, but I'm pretty confident that that's how it works. And I missed a shit ton of carrots. These carrots, I don't know how other people play Don't Starve, okay? That's not what this is about. This is about me playing Don't Starve. And one thing that I like to do is eat carrots in this game. I think carrots are super important in this game. They may not seem like much, but if you cook them, they give a lot more health than cooked berries. So, you know, I think they're an asset, really. You may not be able to plant carrots or anything, because weirdly enough in this game you can dig up these berry bushes and move them around. But, you know, you can pick up carrots from farms. Anyway, I'm trailing off. I think carrots are amazing in this game. Other people might not say so, but I do. That's my opinion. You know, whatever. Back to the game. Now, the one thing I haven't found yet in my hours of exploring, or 10-15 minutes, I haven't checked the time. Okay, it's been 20 minutes already. Is gold rocks, which is, you know, what I need to make a science machine. There are these rocks that pretty much you mine them and you get gold. I mean, I don't know if I had to explain that or not, but I guess some of you did. Ooh, and there's gears. Wow. And what is that? A spear. Okay, just a spear. Never mind. A spear. And these gears, I'll take these. Yeah, those are clockwork knights. You don't want to fuck with those guys. Yeah, they'll randomly spawn in the world in these little patches of like checkered flooring, and they do a crap ton of damage with each hit. I think they do 40. And I mean, the spear actually does 34, but still, you know, you don't have that much health to spare in the first place, so I wouldn't be attacking those things unless you have like armor on, you know. Because you can make armor in this game. A lot of things I gotta talk about. This game is so intricate and complicated, but it's so much fun at the same time. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do this night, we're gonna sneak past this tall bird thing. And mini glaciers, I need to talk about those too. There's a gold rock. Mini glaciers, and yes, should note that every rock that looks like that, oh, I don't have enough. Well, shit. How's my sanity doing? 199. Oh, I need it. Ah, shit. Well, what to do? Wow, I guess I'm just gonna have to ditch the niter for now. Until I get some more gold, so I bring a science machine so I can waste some gold, so I can, yeah. Anyway, every rock that has gold in it will look like this. Like, I don't know what shape that is, but it'll have like little lightning bolts in it. And you get usually 1 or 2 gold nuggets from them. I've never gotten 3. Some people say they have. I don't know. I guess it's possible. Maybe it's in the game's code. I never checked. But, I mean, I don't even know how to check. Really. But, you know, either way. Usually you get 1 or 2. And these are called mini glaciers. These are not at full form right now because it's not winter. But you can mine these and you get 1 rock usually and ice from them. You can eat the ice. And it actually makes you, like, really cold for like 5 seconds in game. I don't think it makes you freeze immediately, which it did in there, but most of the time when you eat ice in game, I'm pretty sure that your temperature drops like really far. So if I were you and it's winter, you know, I wouldn't eat any ice until I got back to my fire. Me? I don't know. I can't tell which tense I'm talking about. You know, second, third, first person. It's not the time to talk about that shit. We're mining gold. This is the one game where gold isn't really that, like... I mean, it's good, you know, but it's not like... It's an everyday thing in this game. You just kind of find gold and make shit out of it, and then there you go. You don't, like, hold it precious like, it's my gold. You know, and you can't, like, make armor out of gold in this game, which... I mean, it wouldn't help anyway. This is one of those serious type of games where gold wouldn't do much as armor. But I just think it'd be cool. Maybe that should be a mod. That should be a mod. That should be a mod. Man. Somebody should make a mod where you can do a shit ton of stuff with gold. Just a gold mod for Don't Starve. That's what it should be. I don't know. So we have 8 gold now. 8 gold? I didn't even realize that we got that many. And I kind of want to set up camp over here. Just because it's kind of in the center of everything that we've seen so far. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set my science machine down and build a fire pit, which a fire pit in this game, when the fire goes out, because a campfire, that it'll burn and it'll turn into ashes when it goes out, but the fire pit will stay here and it will just be the rocks in a circle, which is really great for setting up permanent bases. Because when you go away, you know, for whatever amount of time, and you come back, you can just it'll say add fuel, but there won't be a fire there, which is awesome. I know you're hungry. Get over it. You've got 50. You'll survive for the next 10 seconds. Yeah. Okay, so we built up a massive amount of berries. We really don't need this many anyway. I think what I'm going to do is plant some of these pine nuts. Where are you? Put one right there. What you really don't want to do if you have a campfire instead of a fire pit, because really in this game a fire pit will not. It counts as contained. Like let me show you. Good thing it's contained. No matter how brightly or strongly that's burning, it won't catch fire to anything around it. A campfire, though, if it gets this big and something is, I don't know, like this where I am standing, it might catch fire. It's flammable. Some things in this game aren't flammable, which is awesome. But we'll make a sound machine right there. Alright. And so now you can see the full crafting in this game. There's food, structures, refine, and magic. The sucky thing about the magic tab is that 99% of this stuff you can't even try to make yet until you make this thing, which is basically the science machine of the magic tab. It's called a prestidiator. You need boards, rabbits, and top hats. Or a top hat, which is one of the things you can make in here. Glaciers not at all. But I think what we're going to do is make... Hold on, I'm going to make the backpack. And yeah, you have to prototype stuff first. In this game, the one feature I really like is you can prototype things, and then once you prototype something, you don't have to be next to a science machine to make it again, which is awesome when you're like exploring or something. And then, yeah, I can make a shovel now. I think I'm going to wait to make a shovel, but I'm going to make a hammer, because deconstructing things in this game is a primary way to get pitchfork. I don't really use a pitchfork in many of my projects. Yeah, I get it. You're right. Fine. You can make boards with logs. I would guess that. A spear. Now we do have a spear. We picked up a spear. You can actually. You have to prototype it. But that is the problem with that system. If you pick up an item, you know, that you haven't prototyped yet, you know, since your character technically doesn't know how it's made, cannot just make one until they prototype it, regardless of how many you've got in your inventory. Your inventory could be filled with spears, and if you hadn't made one yet, it would still say that right there. Which I guess, you know, is true, but I don't know. I don't really like that. I mean, I can understand that, really, but I'm on the fence about it. Now, I guess I should go ahead and make a shovel. Razors are really helpful, but I don't think we're going to need that for a bit. So I'm just going to make a shovel. Let's see. And wormholes. I didn't talk about this. We walked right by it. I didn't even talk about it. I need to learn how to talk about this. Okay. I forgot to eat food. Don't worry. It's just like Minecraft all over again. Take this. Where'd my axe go? Did I break my axe? What? Oh, there it is. Oh, and as you can see, waterlogged log. That's my favorite thing in the whole entire game. When you get wet, the stuff that you're carrying in your inventory will get wet as crap. Will get wet as well, is what I should have said, but it gets wet as shit. Now, if you'll notice the things, even though my backpack is soaked, you know, the things inside the backpack are not wet whatsoever. which is a good thing to do. Which is really, usually it's a good idea to keep your tools in your backpack, because when tools get slippery, sometimes you'll be, using them and they'll fall out of your hand. So they'll have this animation. But see, I'll be chopping this tree, and then it'll just kind of fly over there. I don't think I'll get to show it for a while because we're not that wet. But if we ever do get wet enough for me to show that, it'll happen. And I'll have showed it. So when the time comes for that to be shown, it'll be shown. Water, way to go! That's awesome. I don't know if you can tell or not, but what he's trying to say is that what a way to go. Like, if he died because he's wet, But yeah, I think that's enough for this episode. We're getting super wet. I'm just gonna stay here by the fire with my trees and my big brain, my science doodad that I can make other shit out of. Or with, I don't know. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this series. I'm super excited to just play through Don't Starve again. I haven't played with Wilson for a long time, but who do I usually play with? I don't know. We'll have to find out. Anyway, sorry, I'm stupid. You know this. I don't have to tell you that. You know that. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe if you thought the video was amazing. Show me to your friends and share on Facebook if you think I'm just best, amazingly awesome. It's like the next level, Like if you're a fan, well, fine. But if you think everyone needs to be a fan, share. Okay, anyway, see you in the next episode. And, yeah, see you guys in the next episode.